Good day. Welcome to Bece Made It Easy channel. This is where lessons are made simple and easy for everyone, irrespective of your level. Today we are going to go through the just ended Basic Education Certificate Exam, the BEC, and today we are going to go through the math question as they just finished or they just wrote. So as I've posted the question on the screen, try your best to copy it as you follow today's lesson. So if you look at the question 1a, they are saying given that P is multiples of 3, Q is positive even numbers, and a subset of the universal set U. So as they've given you the universal set as U is equal to X is such that 1 is less than X, which is also less than or equal to 20. This is a universal set given, where X is a counting number. So this is a universal set given. The question I says, list the element of P intersection Q, and I says that list all the subset of P intersection Q. Now they've given you the universal set and they are telling you that P is a multiples of 3 and Q is positive even numbers, and they are subset of this universal set. And if they are subset of this universal set, means all the numbers you are going to list should be found in the universal set. Now how do we list this universal set? Now you can see that X is such that 1 is less than X and X is less than or equal to 20. This one means that the numbers you are going to list, which is the X, which is the unknown, it means that the numbers missing here that they have replaced with the X. And they are saying 1 should be less than the numbers you are going to list. And these numbers you are going to list should also be less than or equal to 20. Now this question can be given to you in two ways, so you have to take note. It can give you that X is such that 1 is less than or equal to X, which is also less than or equal to what? 20. This one is different. The trick here is that this one is less than or equal to, and this one too is just less than. Less than or equal to means you are going to start the numbering from 1 and you end at 20 counting numbers. And this one, just less than, means that what is the first number that 1 is less than is 2. So meaning this one you are going to start from 2. This one you end at 20. And also assuming this one there's nothing here, it means you are going to start from 1 and you end at 19. So you take note of that in order not to confuse yourself. Alright, so we are going to list the universal set first because the other members are subset of such universal set. So the universal set, you are going to start from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this is going to be our universal set. This is going to be our universal set. Yes. And they are saying P is multiples of 3. And this P is also a subset of this universal set, means that the numbers you are going to list in P all should be found in the universal set. So you look for the multiples of 3 in this universal set. So what are the multiples of 3 in this universal? We know 3 times 1 is 3. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, then we have our 18. These are the multiples of 3 in the universal set. Now, they are saying Q is also positive even numbers. You know even numbers that are divisible by 2. Alright, so let's list the positive even numbers. So that one will give us 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and also 20. These are positive even numbers. And when you look at the P and Q, indeed, they are subset of the universal set. Subset means when a given set or the element in a given set all can be found in another set. That's the meaning of subset. So take note of that. So I say that we should find P intersection Q. Yes, this question 1a I. P intersection Q. And P intersection means that the common members or element between given set. That's what you have to know. So let's list the common members here. Now, 2 is here, 2 is not here, it is not common. 4 is here, 4 is not here, it is not common. So when you go through, you can see that the common element here will start from 6. When you go through, you can see 12 is also common. Then when you go through, you can get what? Your 18. This is P intersection Q. That is intersection. And assuming the question asks us union. Union means you add the two sets together. You arrange the numbers in order without repeating each of the members. So you start from the 2, 3, and you list it to the last number. Intersection means common members or elements in the set. Now, II is telling us that list all the subsets of P intersection Q. Subset of P intersection Q. Now, how do we list number of subset? In listing number of subset, there's a formula. In listing number of subsets, there's a formula. And what's the formula? The formula is 2n, where n is the number of members or element. So when you look at P intersection, how many members are there? The members there are 3. So it means we are going to get 2 raised to the power 3. And 2 raised to the power 3, this is in power form or in indices form. So to expand, you give it 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So how many subsets are we looking for? You're looking for 8 subsets. If you are looking for 8 subsets, it means when you list all the subsets, you should get what? 8. And every subset starts with an empty set. Start with an empty set. So let's list the empty set. So this is our first set, empty set. We can have only 6. We can have only 12. We can have 18. Then we can have what? 6 and 12. We can have 6 and 12. Then we can also have 12 and 18. Now let's count and see. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now how many more? How many more? We have 2 more. So now we can have our 6 and what? And 18. 6. Yes, 6 and 18. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last set, and every set is a subset of itself. So you repeat the set 6, 12, then 18. So these are the number of subsets you are going to get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This makes this thing correct. So anytime you want to find the number of subsets of a given set, use this formula 2n, and n is the number of elements or members. This will guide you to know the number of subsets you are expecting in each set. So this is the question 1A that students were asked to solve in the just ended BEC. Now the B, so you can go through this. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section for explanation, then it will be sorted. Now let's quickly move to the B. The B says if 1 over y is equal to 3k minus 2 over x. So 1 over y is equal to 3k minus 2 over x. You have to make y the subject. So meaning making the subject y the subject means you make the y stand alone. And when you look at this, we use the equation principle to solve it because it's an equation involving fraction. So when an equation is involving fraction, you find the LCM of the denominators. And because this one are letters, x and y, the LCM is going to be both x and y. So you multiply it through. And what you have to understand is that how many members do we have here? 1, 2, 3. This is 2 because it has been separated by the minus sign. So you multiply all the 3 elements here by the LCM, which will be xy. So here will be x, y times 1 over y, which will give us xy times 3k minus xy times 2 over x. So we have to cancel out with the denominator. So y will cancel y here, x will cancel x here. Now what do we have here? X times 1, which will give us this one in alphabetical order. We can say 3kxy, then minus this one. What is left here? 2y. Although it is y times 2, but normally we write the number before the alphabet. Now we are making what the subject. So x times 1 is the same as x, which will give us 3kx minus y minus 2y. We are making y the subject, but you can see that the y is still attached. There's y here and y here. How do we get our y? We solve y by factorizing the y out. So we have x is equal to, so you fact the common factor here will be y. Yes, so y, so we have our 3kx minus what? 2. Minus 2, because when you multiply this and this back, you are going to get this. So if you have gotten this, x is equal to y, bracket open, 3kx minus 2. Now we can make y stand alone by dividing both sides by 3kx minus 2 here to 3kx minus 2. So when this still cancel this out, we have our y standing alone. So we have our y is equal to x over 3kx minus 2. So this is how we make. So therefore y, although you see that x over 3kx minus 2 is equal to y, is the same thing when you interchange it. So it's the same thing. So you write y is, therefore y is equal to x over 3kx minus 2 as our final answer. So the II says that using the results here, find y. So here the II says that find y when x is negative 1 and k is 2. So the y that you have solved here, this is what we have brought here. So you substitute these values inside wherever you see x. So you substitute 1, negative 1 whenever you see x, and 2 wherever you see the k. So as we've seen here, now x here, so negative 1 all over 3. This one together means they are multiplying. So k is 2 times negative 1 minus 2. So negative 1 all over, now 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6 minus these 2. So now, what do we have here? Negative 1 over negative 6 minus 2. So we have negative 1 all over negative 6 minus 2 again means that you are owing 6 and you went to borrow 2. So you are still going to owe. So the answer is going to give you negative 8. Now, negative 1 over negative 8. What do we do here? So we cancel out negative here, negative here. So our final answer is going to be 1 on 8. So therefore, we say our y is equal to negative, 1 on 8. So you solve this for your cool 15 marks. So easy. So easy. So this will end our section today. So subscribe to my channel. Say Bece made it easy on the YouTube platform. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Recommend to all students and all parents to even guide to watch, to be able to guide their children in the house. So here we make things easy for everybody. So till we meet again, we say bye bye for now.